All right, thanks everybody. I show 5 o'clock. Thanks for coming out for this event. It's been a long time getting here, and we finally, officially today, have opened the dam and the roadway. Some of our board of directors: Ken Chapman, Mark Pipkin, and then there's Judge Fields, Scott Hay, one of our engineers, and Jordan Perry with TxDOT.
All right, good.
This has been quite a project, and first off, I'd like to thank y'all for coming out here tonight or this evening. I know it's getting hot, and I promise not to talk over about 30 minutes. No, this project has been from its inception for the preservation of our dam. We've had so many issues with it, which you're aware of in times past, and this should pretty well take care of all of the possibilities to have further issues with it. TxDOT, with Jordan Perry's help, has partnered with the district and assumed the responsibility for the road surface from the main dam to through the culverts, the construction of all of that, and it's a big hats off to all those guys. Okay, is that better? Yeah. All right. I forgot where I was at.
You were ending.
I was ending. Yeah.
You were just about done.
Yeah. We've had an excellent staff of an engineering staff throughout this whole project. One of them here is tonight, or this evening, is Scott Hay with Improtech Hibbs and Todd out of Abilene. Chris Parker with HDR Engineering could not make it here today, but he sends his best, and they've just been exemplary. The one that's probably helped us the most is County Judge Rex Fields and his Commissioner's Court. The district had to apply for all of these FEMA grants and funding through the County Commissioner Court. And I know personally speaking that I've been before that court multiple times requesting help, which they've always done, no questions asked. He's got an excellent set of commissioners. Also, his whole staff in that courthouse. One of them's back over here, and they've all been exemplary. That's about all I've got to say. I'd like to turn it over to Judge Fields.
Well, thank you, Steve. And I'm not seeking re-election, so I'll just keep this as short as possible. Although Mark said I could dial it up pretty hard and go crazy with it if I wanted to. You know, in 2007 we had the historical floods, what everybody calls it, when the spillway was underwater by about 11 feet. And we had another huge disaster in 2015. And then the one that we're really working the grants off of right now is 2016, so it's been 5 years. The DPS sergeant called me one afternoon. He said, I think you might want to know what's going on at Lake Leon. I said, well, what is it? He said, well, part of the dam just slid off into the ocean. Not exactly the words he used, but I knew what he was talking about. And so it's taken us 5 years to get to this point, to where we have an additional spillway, to where we have all that dirt that came out of that channel is now strengthened the backside of the dam and turned it into a slope where we can use it, where Steve and his guys can get out there and maintain all that slope. And when we had a huge amount of rainfall all over Eastland County, really Lake Cisco and Lake Leon caught the brunt of it just last month, just in June, well, 2 months ago now. And that was about 20 inches in about 4 weeks. And I was kind of driving around checking things out, and I came over here and looked, and I could see the spillway, the new spillway, was just about to engage. And then I saw a video that Tab Phelps put up. Have y'all seen that video? Anybody? Yeah, so... Huh? A drone, yes. He had a drone that went over the top of the spillway when it was at 1379, which is 4 feet over the spillway. and you can see the water start to slow down as it goes into the old morning glory. And so at that point, the new spillway was engaged by about 12 inches or so, give or take a little bit, and the water was getting on out instead of just slowly backing up and coming over the top. I think we would have had another disaster here just last month if we didn't have the new spillway. So, you know, I think everybody working together made this happen. It's a good thing for the county, which is why the commissioners and I always work on this, because Lake Leon and the water supply district supplies water to about 60% or 2/3, somewhere in that range, of all the water that's supplied to Eastland County. So it is, of course, a good idea, since the district is not eligible for getting the grants, for the county commissioners and I to work through that process. And it's just been a wonderful thing, a wonderful experience working with Steve, with Mark, and with Ken and the rest of the board to make this happen. And we're here today opening up the road. It's now wider. The dam has been rebuilt on the front side with some big sheet pile walls put in. There's some more to do there. There's some more grants that are in operation that we've applied for, and we've been approved for at least one of those. Part of that process involves Langford Community Management Services from Judy Langford out of a town around Austin. And she's been the grant administrator. You know, the county does have a part of it, and we are active in trying to make it work, but really, Langford Community Management, LCMS, really makes this work, along with an active president and the board for Eastern County Water Supply District. So with that, I will turn this over. That's a pretty short speech for a non-politician. Is that okay?
That's good.
All right, good. I'll turn this over. Do you want Scott to talk next? Okay. Scott, hey.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to help the district and the county in this endeavor, because it's been a tremendous effort. It's been ongoing for a long time. But on behalf of both HDR and EHT, I'd like to thank the district and the county both for the opportunity to do such an important project that has such a positive impact on the region, and most of all, protection of such an important piece of infrastructure as the dam here on Lake Leon. Like Steve said, it's probably the most important piece of infrastructure in the county because it results in the supply of water to most of the county. So it was a great project. We really enjoyed working on it with the district and the county, and just thank you all for that opportunity.
You bet. Ken, would you like to say anything?
I'm going to take just a minute and tell you how thrilled we are to have this behind us. I know all of you are too. We read and we heard and we were asked all the questions, all the accusations, all of the things about the dam, the spillway. Now's the time to ask those questions and get the facts. Steve knows the facts. Scott knows the facts. Now's the time to ask those and dispel all of that thing like we drew this up on a napkin on a table over there at the water district plant. That's not how this happened. If we'd have done it, it wouldn't have taken 5 years. But now's the time to ask some questions about the dam and the spillway and some of those things that are out there running around that we can clarify now. So please do that.
We're gonna pave it. We're gonna pave it now.
We're gonna pave the
Asphalt.
road.
That will be coming when the weather straightens out. These rain showers, we've been trying to dodge them for over a month now, and it just keeps showing up. And we can't do that. And the temperatures, hadn't been correct either. So it's got hot now. It's 4th of July. And it should be forthcoming. And it'll be a temporary shutdown on the road when that happens.
That was planned to happen in the last 10 days or 2 weeks. And these showers that were projected to come through shut everything down. So I hate to say it, we're waiting on a little dry spell. Don't like that, but we're waiting on a little dry spell.
Okay, that's about all I've got. I did forget to mention one person that's been very helpful throughout this whole process. Carrie Goodman, keeps the district square with everything. I mean, from paperwork, make sure everything's done. She's done an exemplary job of that. Thank you, Carrie. With that, if you don't have anything to say. Okay, we'll go cut the ribbon.
And we would like to invite any and everyone who would like to be in the picture with us. Of course, in the front is going to be our board of directors, Judge Fields and Scott. They're going to be actually cutting it, but we would love everybody here. If everybody here would attend and get up there to be in the picture with us. Y'all are a part of this, and we're glad that y'all came out to share it with us, and we would like for you to be in the picture. So if we can all move up towards the road, hopefully a human barricade will stop the cars versus all the other barricades we've tried over. At least it might slow them down a little bit, but if everybody would please go to the bridge, we'll get the ribbon cutting done.